What's going on, pranksters? Welcome back to another Nextraker video, and right now I'm gonna show you guys my top 10 gaming chairs and top 5 gaming desks that I built in 2020. And not only that, but as I promised, I will be giving away a toner podcasting microphone just like the one you see right here to one of my fans. So let's go ahead and get on commentpicker.com and choose a winner at random. Congratulations, it's yay! You will be getting a brand new microphone in the mail very soon. Now, as far as the giveaway for this video, check it out. It's very simple. As long as this video gets 30,000 likes before 2021 ends, I will pick someone at random from the comments using commentpicker.com, and that person will get a brand new PlayStation 5. And later on in this video, I will show you guys exactly how I plan on shipping that PlayStation 5 to the winner. To participate, all you have to do is like this video and leave a comment below telling me why you really want a PlayStation 5. Also guys, it helps if you follow me on Instagram at real_Nextraker. That will improve your chances of winning something awesome. Alright then, let's get to this countdown. At number 10, here we have a $25 chair, which actually I would not even classify as a gaming chair, but since I used two of these in a couple of budget Walmart setups, it was able to crack this list. Putting it together was extremely easy, and overall comfort is not too bad for the first 30 minutes. After that, you start to realize why it was so cheap. The advantages of having this chair is that you can easily just drive up to your local Walmart and purchase it there instead of having to order a giant gaming chair online, and those sometimes take a while to get to your house. Moving up this list, at number 9 is this pink GT racing chair, which is valued at about $170. I'll admit it, this chair ranks pretty low on my list because it's pink. Yeah, that color is like my least favorite. Building it was not complex, but it is time consuming. Comfort wise, personally I would not game on this chair myself, and it's not just because it's pink, but the lumbar support pillow can be very uncomfortable, but by removing it you leave yourself open to some back pain later on, so it really is hard to win with this chair. It was actually featured on my PlayStation 5 gaming setup. To this day it has been my worst color scheme for a setup, but hey, it was worth it because I got to play with the PS5 on the day of its release. Number 8 will be the cheapest chair on this list, and by far the weirdest looking one too. Yes, I bought this Nerf chair at my local 99 cents only store, and it was part of my $100 budget gaming setup. Putting it together does not require any tools, you just need two really strong and powerful lungs because you have to blow it up. I didn't go that route though, I cheated and I used a compressor for that, and it was a piece of cake to do so. This chair offers no armrest or wheels on the bottom, but nonetheless it's still very comfortable and lightweight. Very suitable for the gaming setup that I built for the Xbox One S. Number 7 would be another GT racing chair. It comes from their music series. This one actually had some really cool features. Not only was it adjustable in the main areas such as armrest, backrest, and height, but also it came with a footrest that could easily retract and fold underneath the chair. To be honest, I think that for $200 you get a lot with this chair because on top of all the cool features, the back of this chair has two really cool decent sounding Bluetooth speakers which you can plug your phone into and enjoy your favorite tunes while you game. If this chair came with better comfort level, it would definitely be higher up on this list, but it's exactly the same as the pink chair I mentioned earlier. It just doesn't provide the best of comfort. This particular chair is all black with gray trim, and it was featured in a gaming setup I did for a PlayStation 4. Number 6 comes from Ewing Racing, and it does have a higher price tag, $300, which is supposed to make it better than a few of the chairs higher up on this list, but the thing about this chair is the pillows. At first, gaming on this chair can feel comfortable, but the comfort doesn't last long. Other than that, this chair definitely delivers on everything that it's supposed to do, height adjustment and plenty of backrest and armrest flexibility. This was the second chair I ever unboxed, and it was part of my cheapest gaming setup ever. In that video I used nothing but household items to build a gaming station. As you can see, I used an actual door as a desk. I had a lot of fun making that video. So here is number 5. It comes from a lesser known brand that actually made a good impression on me. Vipec is the name, and the chair was all black with red stitching and branding. I love the fact that the pillows were not too bulky, especially the lumbar support pillow. It helps that it was strapless, which makes easy removal of it if it gets too uncomfortable. I really don't have anything bad to say about this chair except that maybe it could use more padding on the sides of the backrest, which would definitely improve its comfort level by a lot. Still, I can't ask for more because for $200 I thought that it was a steal. I first introduced this chair in my mini PC gaming setup. Number 4 comes from GT Racing from their A series. I was able to unbox 2 of these. One was gray and I gifted it to Sinfado when I built a whole setup for him in his house. The other one I recently used in a video and it was part of my Atari VCS gaming setup. Building these was pretty easy and standard stuff, but as always it helps having the right tools and even better if somebody assists you. Just like the Vipec chair, the lumbar support pillow is strapless, which I love because I typically get rid of it. And that is my preference guys, but I'm sure a lot of you guys benefit from such pillows there. Anyway, this chair is excellent to have. They go for $300 and they do live up to their high price tag. Number 3 makes this list this high up because it's not your average gaming chair. Yes, it's marketed as a gaming chair by Elect Wish, but to me it fits anywhere. For example, this one served its purpose as part of my dream movie room furniture. This is a reclining chair, which means that you can kick your feet up and lean back to watch a movie, or maybe you just want to game comfortably. I'll also add that you can actually fall asleep on here while having the massage function on, and yes, that's right guys, you can get a vibrating massage while sitting on this chair. I just couldn't believe the price tag on it. It goes for under $200. What a deal, right? Number 2 is a huge surprise, so check this out. This chair again is from electwish.com, and just by looking at it, it's not that appealing. I especially was not a big fan of the orange trim it came with. So why do I have it so high up on my list? Well, it's definitely not for its looks. It is a pretty average looking chair, but it's extremely comfortable. I mean, you wouldn't expect such great comfort coming from a $150 gaming chair, right? Well, this chair out-delivers on what it promises. 2 other things that I loved about this chair was that the lumbar support pillow was not like the other ones. It added to my comfort because it also comes with a vibrating massager inside, which makes everything better. If that wasn't enough, there's a footrest underneath the chair, so you pretty much get the full recliner experience with this one. I highly recommend this chair because it's super comfortable, and for $150 there's just no beating it. And last but not least, number 1, the first chair I ever unboxed. It's my Maxnomic, and at the time I purchased this chair, everything online was highly overpriced, and I did end up paying a little under $700 for this chair, but so far it has been worth it. It was part of my dream gaming setup at the time that I had caught COVID and I was in quarantine. I will admit it, this chair took the longest to build because it was the first time I ever built a gaming chair, and I definitely did not have the right tools to do so. This chair is really heavy, and that is because it's super strong and well padded. It only came with 1 pillow, and that's for the headrest. And it doesn't come with a lumbar support pillow because it already comes integrated within the chair. Another great feature about it is that it's custom branded. As you can see, it has my logo on both the front and back. And more importantly overall is the comfort. I've been using this chair for months and so far it's holding up pretty well and still looks good as new, and yes, it is still my main gaming chair. Alright pranksters, at the start of this video I mentioned that if by the end of 2021 this video happens to have 30,000 likes, I will be giving away one of these, a brand new PlayStation 5. And as you guys know, I've done a lot of giveaways over the past years, and sometimes I have to ship the prices directly from my home, especially if the winner happens to be from outside the United States. So here's an example of how things are done. Let's say this video does get 30,000 likes before 2021 ends. At that point, I would just choose a winner at random from commentpicker.com. Once I make contact with that person and I have their shipping address, I will take a brand new PlayStation 5, put it inside a slightly larger box, add some padding inside for added protection, close up the box with some tape, and here's where this iDPRT printer comes into play. You see guys, I recently received this iDPRT SP410 direct thermal shipping label printer, which is something I really wanted because like I said, I do a lot of giveaways, and so this printer is a must-have. So let's go ahead and take it out of its box. Inside, the first thing I spotted was a small installation disc, which is really old school and no longer my preferred installation method. There's also an instructions manual which I will definitely need to set up this printer. Wasn't too sure if there would be any blank shipping labels, but I was surprised to see a stack of 4x6 white labels. When I pulled out the printer, the connection cables came out with it, such as the USB Type A to USB Type B and the very important power cable as well. The printer I got in this box box is all black. The front does have a glossy face. The top surface is where the feed button is. This also serves as a light indicator. On both sides we have a sliding switch, which allows for the top to open. The back is where most of the action takes place. On the bottom left corner is where the on-off switch is. Below that is the power input. On the opposite end we have the USB port, which will allow us to connect to a computer. Already in there was a sample shipping label. By opening up the top cover, I was able to pull it out. In there you can see all the guts of the printer, everything that makes it function. No ink is required, so that means you'll never have to deal with any refills. At this point I just glanced at the instructions real quick to get an idea of how things were gonna be set up. I gotta say, this instructions manual was awesome because it was in perfect English. I went ahead and plugged in the printer to the outlet, flipped on the on switch, and connected the USB cable to my MacBook. And just in case you're wondering, this printer is also compatible with Windows. There really wasn't much I had to do, guys. I just had to adjust the light blue paper guides to fit the 4x6 labels, fed those labels from the back towards the front. Once I reached the roller, I just closed the cover. By pressing on the feed button, it aligns the label perfectly and it's ready to print. By going to iDPRT.com, I was able to find and download the right driver for this printer. Once that was done, I went to the settings and added this printer onto my MacBook. This is the label that I want to print. So before I click print, I made sure that it was set to the right settings. If you don't do this, you might end up with a really bad printout just like this one. Luckily, I got it right the second time around. Tearing it off was a piece of cake. It's always a precise cut. Check it out, pranksters. Here is the label, and now I'll be ready to ship out this PlayStation 5 to the winner. Pretty cool, huh? At number 5, here we have the cheapest desk of the bunch, and this is the FDW gaming desk. Once put together, basically this is what the desk looks like. I did not struggle with its building process as it was quite simple. Nonetheless, if you're on a budget, then this 47-inch long desk is for you, and I did purchase this from Amazon for under $100. It was last used in my PlayStation 5 gaming setup. As you can clearly see, I ran out of space, and it was too small for what I was going for. I felt really bad for laying down the PlayStation 5 like that. It did not deserve such treatment. But anyway guys, I'll have affiliate links for all the desks shown in this video. Moving on to number 4, it's a much bigger and sturdier desk. I'm talking about the 55-inch long desk from GT Racing. This was the first brand new desk that I ever unboxed, so it took me a little bit longer to get the hang of it, and at the time I didn't have all the tools needed, so of course I struggled a bit to put it together. The main feature that caught my eye the most was the giant mousepad cover that it comes with. It literally covers the whole top surface of the desk. You can get this from Amazon for about $150, and that will include the cost of shipping. And this desk was part of my PlayStation 4 gaming setup as well as my Xbox Series X gaming setup. Now at number 3, we're gonna start to get a little bit more fancy with the desks. This one is an all black electric rising desk from Peterson. Recently this desk was part of my Atari VCS gaming setup. It measures about 48 inches in length, but its beauty lies in its height adjustment capabilities, as you can go as low as 29 inches in height or as high as 4 feet. Putting it together wasn't too bad, but assistance is required since it is a heavy item. Besides the height controller on the left side, there is also a supply tray under the desk that rotates in and out, so you can have it out, but if you don't need it, you can make it disappear. The white line that you see on the edge of the desk, that's a strip of RGB lights, which gives the desk a better overall look. For under $250, you can get one of these desks, and they're well worth it, especially if you like gaming standing up. The number 2 spot goes to the Gala X Hero gaming desk. This desk was huge. It was 61 inches in length, the longest desk that I had ever built. With the price tag of $300, you'd expect it to do great things, and it does. For starters, it does come with a giant mousepad cover. So if you're a PC gamer, you know that this will come in handy. Other small features that this desk comes with is a cup holder as well as a hook to hold your headphones. There are also holes on the surface right on the back for better cable management, but overall the main feature that steals the show for this desk is its epic RGB lighting functions on the sides. It definitely makes the desk stand out a lot. This giant desk was specifically bought for my mini PC gaming setup. And the big winner here at number 1 is this white top 55-inch height adjustable electric rising desk from FlexiSpot. This desk desk takes the cake because of its size and power. It's very easy to control, and overall I feel like the white tabletop looks more elegant and it's more fun to customize. For example, I got this desk for my Xbox Series S gaming setup, and instantly once I built the desk, which was a bit tricky but doable, I wrapped the edges with a strip of RGB lights to give the setup more color. Height wise, it can go as high as 4 feet and drop down to 29 inches. $400 might seem like a lot for a desk, but this desk is worth every cent. And that does it for this video, guys. Those were my top gaming desks and chairs that I unboxed and put together in 2020. If you guys stuck around all the way to the end of this video, you're freaking awesome and true fans. I really appreciate everyone's support. I'll be seeing you pranksters in my next video.